second. I'm sorry. Welcome. Welcome to my slime shop. Hello. Welcome. How are you? That's good to hear. So you here for purchasing slimes, I guess. Yeah. So do you have any particular texture in mind that you want to buy from us? You're new to slimes. Okay. If you want, I can give you a few recommendations of different textures and different price ranges also, and you can tell me then which ones you're most interested in and which ones you want to buy. Okay, perfect. I would love to recommend you some. Let me see which ones. We can start with the basic slime. This is mid-range price class. It's a glossy slime, a very standard type of slime, easy to play with, and it's also not heavily scented, because some slimes are heavily scented and then you can get overwhelmed with the scent. This one isn't. It has a subtle cookies and cream scent, very subtle. The texture is very easy to play with, good for beginners. So if you want to take a whiff, it's not that overwhelming, isn't it? But it's really yummy. So if you're a beginner and you want to start, dipping your toes into the slime world, you could start with this one. But let me show you the other textures that we have, because also very beginner friendly but with a more intense scent is this one. This one is a very creamy scent. This one is a very creamy slime. As you can see, it is a bit more like snow slime, but not quite. It's very creamy and fluffy also. This one is also easy to play with if you're a beginner, and it's easy to handle. It's not that big of a tube, so that you don't have too much. But smell it. Yeah, it's green apple scented, and it's a bit of a heavier scent. Yeah, so if you don't mind heavy scents, this one would also be very beginner friendly. But basic, it's still very basic. Another one which also is beginner friendly, but I would only recommend this one for when you trying to gift your child a slime, and you don't want to pay as much money. This one is a very cheap one, very cheap. It is a clear slime. It's a very stiff texture. It has a fish mermaid charm in it. It's also very little in size, but it is for kids, easy to play with, because you don't get it's not sticky, so they won't leave a residue on your hands, but it is very cheap and not that good of quality, so I wouldn't recommend it for you. But if you want to buy some for a child, and you don't want to pay a lot of money, this one would be my recommendation for that particular case. So next, let me see, let's do some more interesting textures. So this one is on the pricier side because it is a special texture, and it is also bigger. As you can tell, this one is the regular size and this one is the big size, so you get more slime with it, but it is also not that easy to handle for beginners. So let's see. The texture in here is a snow slime texture, so for this slime you can just let it drizzle like that, and it kind of pulls differently than the other slimes. This one is also heavily scented. It is scented like pumpkin spice. So if you don't like pumpkin spice, this isn't for you. But it is a very interesting texture, and it is very nice to play with it because it's a lot different than those 3 beginner slimes that I just showed you. You need to understand that this one you have to, handle differently. Okay, but it is still a very, very nice slime, and I would always recommend it even though you're a beginner, because sometimes you want to play with something in one hand and easily, and sometimes you want a bit more complex, because you can't play with it in one hand. With this one you can, but with this one you can't, because they're more like for pulling and stuff. So this one, if you want a more interesting texture, this one would be great. Let me see. Another beginner-friendly slime that I would recommend for if you want to gift your children a slime, or a friend's child or something, or your niece or nephew or something. This one would be also great because it's not really considered slime, but more putty texture, I guess. So this is very stiff, more like clay maybe, but it also isn't like sticky or as easy to make a mess with it, So let me show you. So as you can see, this one is very, very stiff. It isn't easy to pull it, and it also rips, so it's not really slime texture, but it has this feel of playing with slime, you can like knead it, and it's easy to play with this one in one hand because you just can take like a bite of it, so, just a little small part of the putty out, play with it, put it back, and it's not gonna spill or make a mess or stick as easily to clothes or hair, which you shouldn't put slime in your hair, but we know children sometimes do the most random stuff, so this one for children I would recommend, but not for adults because it is really marketed towards children, Yeah. So now we go into the very interesting texture territory. Okay, so I have 3 more slimes that are with interesting textures, but are more for advanced slime lovers. So the first one is a clear slime, but it has beads in it. So if you play with it a lot on your table, you can do bubble pops with it, and when you knead it in your hand, you can feel the beads, and it's more on the noisy side. It also has a very intense autumn smell. So as I said, if you're a person that is, a bit sensitive with the nose, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want more advanced slimes that are fun to play with and make a lot of, ASMR-ish sounds, this one is very nice. Also a very nice slime that makes perfect noises. If you really want a slime that is noisy, that is, crinkly, this one, because it has a lot of beats in it. Listen. See, it instantly started to crinkle and crackle and stuff. But slimes like this can irritate your hands. So if you have sensitive hands, I wouldn't recommend, because they can have sharp edges, those beads in there, and it's like exfoliating your hands. So if you have sensitive hands, you shouldn't play with it. It also, smell it. Yeah, it also smells very nice. It's like using a masculine shower gel and just coming right out of the shower, and you like smell fresh but masculine, I really like the scent. It's yummy. I don't know. Last slime that I am gonna recommend, which is noisy. Okay, it's a honey slime and it has those, you know, foam beads in it. And what it does is just listen, just listen. You hear it? It's also on the crinklier side, but benefit of this one, if you play with it in your hands, those aren't sharp. So if you have sensitive hands, but you want more like crinkly slime that is noisy, this one would be perfect. It also, smell it. See, this also has a subtle scent. It smells like, yeah, exactly like beeswax. Really subtle, not that, you know, irritating. And this one would also make great sounds if you play with it, but it wouldn't hurt your hands. So, those were all the slimes that I personally would recommend to you. Have you any favorites that you would like to purchase? Good choice. The froggy green slime that smells like apples. Good choice. This one. Okay. Another one, or is it just you also want the honey one? Yeah, this one is really great. You won't regret this one. It's very nice. Okay. Is that everything? You're thinking about getting your niece a slime? The blue one? Okay. This one is also very cheap, so if she doesn't like it, you won't lose that much money, you know. Okay, so is that everything you need? Okay, let me wrap that up for you. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna wrap it in some paper for you. I'm gonna wrap it. I'm gonna wrap everything in a paper so that you don't have a mess in your bag later, okay? And we also put to every purchase above $15, we put a little gift. This is a lip balm. If you open it up, you have two heart-shaped lip balms. They're the same, you know, but you have double the lip balm in one. This one is a freebie, so I'm gonna put it in your bag, and I'm gonna check you out now. This will cost you $20. Cash or card? With card, perfect. Thank you. Here you go, and here's your slime. Have a lot of fun with it, okay? If you need any more slimes or recommendations, then just come back to me and tell me next time if you like them, okay? Perfect. Have a great day. Have